Okay, in this video the objective is to insert the images inside the image area. So first we need to learn how to put the image code inside to bring the image in there, and also to edit the specific images which you guys should have downloaded, saved inside of either image folder, and apply those images in there. And if the size is not appropriate, I'm going to show you how to find out what size these pictures are, and then how to use paint to edit the pictures so that it perfectly fits in the size of the box where the image needs to be placed. Okay, before we start, you need to make sure all the images are in the image folder and is inside the folder where your website is sitting. Can you see? Okay, so let's start. We need to open the style and index in Notepad++. So I'm going to open Notepad++, and there's the style, and add the index file in there. Okay, now let's start. First of all, in the HTML code, need to go and find where the image code is going to sit. So I'm just going to take it off here so you can see. So this is the box here. In your case, you probably got something like this picture. Okay, so in order to put the picture in there, we need to learn how to place the image code in there. The way it starts is open arrow img src equal quotation. The first area of this is we need to tell where the folder of the image is located. So it's a folder name and / file name dot format. More or less is going to be JPG. Okay, but just double check it what it looks like, and then / close arrow. So this is how you place the image tag inside an HTML document. Now the problem is, if I save this and run on the browser, as you can see, the image is not being applied because I've not correctly stated what the folder name is, what specific file name is. So image is not being loaded. But we also need to apply an attribute of image which is ALT, and I've been going on about this in assignment 1, which was the minimum accessibility rule for the images. So basically the alt attribute is basically, it creates like a message. So if the image doesn't load up, that message appears. So for example, I'm going to put ALT equal quotation, and I just put some kind of a message, image, for example. I'm just putting now. Okay, so the idea is, if the image for whatever reason doesn't load up, this message is going to be displayed on the page. So if I save it and refresh it, can you see? There you go. Now for the people who are blind, they'll be using a special program which is be reading the text information from the web page. So when the message is read, it will describe that this is an image, and the description what you apply as an alt will be read out. Okay, so let's begin. So now you guys know how to put the image code on the page. So let's look at the folder where the images are saved and display the image in there. Right, so the page is saved inside my folder, which is unit 13. Yours will be the name of the website. We don't need to worry about that. The one we need to worry about is what's inside. At the moment, the folder name which is inside is img. In your case, it could be image, it could be pictures, it could be whatever. So I need to change this into img. Okay, so once I go inside, I've got 3 pictures. Now the rule of the thumb is, before you do anything, you need to rename this picture accordingly, making sure there's no capital, there's no special character, and there's no spaces in between. So I'm going to rename this as BEO play, take the capital E out, E8, and I just put underscore there. Okay, and also, so that's the name of the image which I want to put inside this box here for first instance. To do that now, so I'm inside the IMG folder, and the file name is, I'm just going to write it down, which is BEOPLAY underscore E8. Okay, and just need to check what format the image is, and I'm going to do right mouse click, properties, and it is .jpg, which is same as mine. Okay, now that's done. I save the page and refresh my web page. Can you see the picture has appeared, but the message has been gone because the image is working. But looking at this diagram, what is the problem with the image? We need to rectify that. The picture is too big to fit inside the box area that we have created. So if I go to the CSS code and go and find the product image, which is 90% of the size of the product box. So we need to do a little bit of calculation here to figure out what the size, the width of the image is going to be. So let's have a look at it. So I'm just going to show you how this is done in mathematical way. So in order to find out what is the size of the picture box, which is the box where the picture is going to sit in there, the width of it is very simple mathematical equation. So we know the outer box, this outer box from here to here, in my code is 304 pixel. In yours might be 300, 250, whatever you have set it. So the principle is straightforward. So it is going to be 304, yep, multiply that by 90, and because it's percent, we divide it by 100. And to do simply, cut off the zeros by 0, so we got 304 times 9 divided by 10. Make life easier. I'm not very good at mathematics in my head. I like to do workout using paper and pen, so I'm just going to use calculator and just quickly work this equation out. So it's 304 times 9 divided by 100. So the answer is 27.36. Oh, sorry, it should not be by 100, it should be by 10. Okay, let's try again. Cancel that. 304 times 9 divided by 10. So the actual size of the picture in pixel, the width is 273.6. Okay, now without cancelling the 0, you can do 304 times 90 divided by 100. Let's give the same answer. So I'm just going to write it down somewhere so that I can remember this is my fixed width size of the picture. Because if you forget, we have to do the whole calculation again. So it's 273.6. Okay, let's begin. Now, we're going to use Paint to figure out what is the size of the picture and how we're going to work out. And there's few rules you guys need to remember how it works. Okay, now go back to the folder. I'm going to go right mouse click, properties, and if you look at the details, it tells you what the size of dimension the picture is 600 by 600. So basically it's a square. If the picture is a square, it's very easy to convert it to the size you require, because we want all the pictures to display in here in a square size. So equal size width, equal size height. In all the boxes we need the same measurements. Okay, so to do that is quite straightforward, easy. So you right mouse click and open it with Paint. So when the picture opens up like so, and I'm just going to quickly show you a few elements which you need to be aware of. So number one, if you look down here, the width and the height of it is 600 by 600. The size of this picture is 52 kilobytes. Okay, all we need to do is reduce this picture down to our measurement, which was 273.6 square equal. Okay, so your measurements could be slightly different compared to the width of the product box. So all I'm going to do here in order to reduce this, because this is straightforward, I just quickly go to resize icon, which is this one here, click on the pixel. Because it's the ratio of the width and the height is the same, I'm just going to change this to 273.6. 273 point. Okay, it's not accepting the point decimal, so I'm just going to leave it as 273 by 273. Press OK. So that is the actual size. Can you see down here? So measurement have changed. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. Make sure you save this picture as a different name, not the same name, just in case if the original one gets damaged, you cannot go back to it. Okay. Unit 13 image, and I'm going to call it BOPlay E8 1, and it's .jpg format. Save. So that's the size created. I'm going to go to my HTML code and apply that image into it. So it was _1. Save that, Control S, and open the page, refresh, and you can see, because the picture has got white background, it's very straightforward to see that it blends in properly. Any questions? Hopefully not. However, we still need to change the alt attribute to explain what this picture is about. So I can go in there. I'm not really sure the name of this, but I presume it's BOPlay E8 model. So I'm going to say in ear Bluetooth what is it, in ear Bluetooth headphones, and the model is BOPlay E8. So this message is going to be displayed if the picture doesn't work. Just to show you how it works, I'm just going to change the name of the picture so that I know this picture doesn't exist. I save the page, Control S, and then refresh the page. Can you see the same message which I wrote in the alt attribute appears there? And that's all it is. If you got all the pictures which are square, that's how you're going to work around it. However, I'm just going to show you the next one. So the next box I'm going to use another picture and show you how, if you got a rectangular picture, how you can convert them into the size you require into as a square. So let's begin. So I got the picture here, in ear speakers. I don't know what model it is, but you should know what they are and what's the purpose. So if I do right mouse click, go to properties and go to details, you can see the width of the picture is 330 and the height is 247, and the one we need for our purpose, it is 273 by 273 to make it into a square. We have to make sure that it fits in perfectly in that area. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing we need to do is open this picture in Paint. So open with Paint. So once this is open in Paint, you need to open another Paint. So we're going to have two paints side by side. Okay, I'm going to replace this with a new one. So we say File, New. And what we need to do is create the size of this box to the same size as the longest part of the image. Okay, so in this case the longest part is 330. So in order to do that, we need to create a square box which is 230 by 230 first. So I'm going to go to resize, pixels, and say 330. Press enter. So this is the width of 330, so the longest part. Okay, so all we need to do is create a square with the image inside it, and then we're going to resize it down to the size we require. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is click on the select icon, cut the image out, copy the image out. Okay, Control Z. So we need to select, the picture out and copy it and paste it inside here. In order to do that, we need to use the select tool. Select rectangular selection. Now I'm just going to draw the box around the picture. So it selects the picture, you right mouse click on the selected area and say copy. You go to this side and you just click on paste. When the picture is pasted here, all you need to do is gently click on the picture and bring it down to the center. If possible, just make it not too much, just little bit small, because if you do it too much, you can already see it starts getting pixelated around the areas. Can you see? So it messes up the picture. So just try it again, paste. So you just need to be careful not to get it pixelated. Worst scenario is you can make a bigger box and put the picture in there so you get nice space. Let me just try that. Control Z, resize the picture, and instead of 330, I'm going to make it 400 by 400. And then I'm going to paste this picture which I've selected and paste it on top of this. So that way I get more space around it instead of like squashed up near the frame. Okay, but the key thing is this box is a square and we want all of them to be square size. So now all I have to do is resize to the size I need, which is 273 by 27. So by the way, sorry, when the picture is done you need to click outside, otherwise you'll be selecting the picture. So let's start again. Resize, pixel, so 400 change to 273 by 273. Press OK. So that picture has been done to 273. So now I go to File, Save As, go to my folder where I'm saving this file on the desktop, find the folder, go inside the image folder. See, automatically it's converted to PNG. You can save the picture as PNG, but I prefer JPG, so I'm just going to leave it there and give it a good name. Now I don't know what the model name is, so you should know what the model name is because we need to put it as a description. So in this case I'm just going to say in-ear speaker JPG, but it cannot be same as the before one. Okay, so remember the rule: no space between, no special character, and no capital. I'll always put one next to it, and same time, and save. So this picture and this picture, two different pictures. This one was a rectangular and the size is bigger, whereas this one is a square and the size has been converted to the size we require, which is 273 by 273. So now I go back to my HTML code. The easiest thing to do is copy this code because this one is working. Copy that and go down to the second product box and paste it in there. Now all you have to do is type in the name of the image, which I saved it as the file name here on the paint, in underscore ears underscore speaker1 dot jpg. So in underscore ear underscore speaker 1 dot jpg, and change the description is in ear speaker. But obviously you need to know the name of the brand and the model. Okay, I'm just leaving dash because you should know and put the brand and the name in there. I save this and I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to close it. Don't save it, and just quickly check on the page, refresh. So it's not picking up the image because I don't know, but can you see the alt description is coming up? So we need to find out why this image is not being loaded up. The most probably is the spelling mistake. in underscore ear underscore speaker1, and the format I put is JPG. So I need to find out, did I save it as JPG or PNG? So I'm going to go to the folder and have a look at it. Okay, so this is my second picture. This was the original. This is the square one. Right mouse click, properties, the format is JPG. So what is the cause of the problem? Now to someone's eyes is very hard to understand why the spelling is the same, but in the close inspection of this name I can see the name is not being correctly, there's like a space just before the S. There we go. Okay, so you need to make sure when you save the file that there's no spaces as well. Okay, so let's try now. I'm going to refresh the home page and there we are. Can you see how the rectangular picture has become a square picture by just using a simple trick in Paint? Very simple tricks. If the picture is a square picture, which is a bigger size, we use the resize tool in Paint to resize it equally. However, if your picture is a rectangular, doesn't matter if it's rectangular coming down or going across, it's the same concept. Okay, so create an open in Paint, open a new Paint, create a new area which is a square, either bigger the size of the current picture, the biggest size of the current picture, or the same width of the longer side. Doesn't matter if it's top or bottom, but draw a square box like so. Then go to the original picture, select the picture area, copy it and paste inside here. Try not to adjust the size of the picture because it just gives you pixelated and the picture doesn't look that great. Then save it as another name, and that's all it is. And then apply the code in the HTML code. Remember to add the alt attribute for the product, and that's it. And finally, where it says product name and the price, you just adjust it to replace the name of the product, the brand, and the price. It needs to save it as. Now you can see that the pound symbol is coming up as a question mark. If you remember at the beginning of the year, at the time when we're doing the basic HTML, the pound symbol doesn't always come out. So we need to write it as a code, and the code is and pound colon. Okay, and pound. So if I save this, as you can see, the first one was with a question mark in a triangle, but now because it's saved with the code, refresh it, you get the pound symbol. Okay, that's all you have to do. And please make sure the image is a nice clear, all of the width and the height are the same size. Good luck. Take care.